What's going on, traders? So it's April 24th, 2022. And typically I do the weekly outlook video and we have a ton of great setups setting up for the week. But in this video, I want to specifically address why it is that you keep failing your funding challenges, how you can really get the right psychology to put it into perspective using risk to reward to get you to your goal, and how you can actually make that a reality for yourself. Because so many people, if I told you you only needed 6 trades to get 8%, or you only really needed to do 8 trades to get 10%, I'm going to show you how to do that, how you can systematically do that. If you only needed to win 6 trades, what's the problem? Well, the problem is you might not have a strategy to where you know that you can win those 6 trades consistently. But beyond that, even if I give you a map, and like, we'll go ahead and pull up my charts right now, I'll show you exactly what I mean and how we can actually really get that dialed in for you. So this is a system that we use in the accelerator group. This is how I'm doing it. And now the thing is if I give you a map and say it's just a legit map, and you have a boat and you have just enough fuel to get to the Bahamas. Say, hey, I got to go to the Bahamas. Like, I'm in Florida right now. Maybe we'll say it's the flip side. People coming to Florida, they're like, you got just enough gas to get from, Cuba to Florida, or from Florida to the Bahamas. And you only have enough gas. And but I 100% guarantee you'll get there, but you got to keep the boat at 55 miles an hour. So it's going to be a long journey. It's going to take you about 20 days to get there. In fact, it'll take you about 25 days exactly to get there. But if you follow the directions, if you keep it on course, 100% you'll get there, but you can only do 55 miles an hour. So, you're like, dude, yeah, I'll just put on cruise control, 55 miles an hour. Now, a couple days in on the journey, the sun's beating down, it's super hot, you start kind of running low on food, people around you are complaining, right? Does any of this sound familiar? And you're like, look, I know this is going to work. I have the map here, but now sharks are circling the boat. You hate sharks. Who doesn't like sharks? But they're not going to affect you if you don't get in the water. But all of a sudden, the mind games start happening, and what ends up happening is you rush the process. How many of you keep blowing accounts because you're rushing the process to get there to begin with? You have a working strategy. Things are going great. You're like, dude, I got this. I'm going to sign up for one more challenge. This is going to be the last one. And what ends up happening? Again, you keep doing the same shit that got you to lose in the first place. And probably more than likely, it isn't the fact that you can't pick winning trades. Most people, when they start doing a funding challenge, can already trade decently. It's because you don't have the right psychology. You don't have the system that you can trust. And so, things start going well for a little bit. But as soon as you start to get into some sort of adversity, you start breaking your own rules. The same rules, maybe you didn't even have any rules to begin with, but regardless, maybe you didn't even have any rules to begin with, but you're doing pretty well. And as soon as things get off course, you're like, I know, okay, the guy told me I would get to the Bahamas, in 20 days, no matter what, if I just kept it on 55 miles an hour, but he didn't realize we're fucking running out of food out here. It's hot. I think we're going to run out of water. I'm going to, just crank it up to 60 miles an hour. I'm going to crank it up to 65 miles an hour. The past 6 days have been great. We've just been cruising along. I'm just going to crank up my lot size just a little bit because I just want to get this over with. We have to get this over with. I have to get there. I'm running out of money. The kids are screaming. Y'all get the point, right? I mean, surely some of you are like, okay, yeah, I get it. I get it, dude. I get it what you're saying. Now, if I just give you a map to show you, say it's a My4X fund, 8% target. The way I'm doing this on a 5-minute time frame, this is CAD yen. The yen pairs look great this week, by the way, because we've been in a huge uptrend. This is a 5-minute time frame, by the way. If I go out to say a daily time frame, look at where we're at on the daily. Like, we are turning around. It's going to be a pretty epic fall, but you got to know how to navigate this. So you're like, damn, dude, 5-minute time frame. Now, what it is that I'm doing is I'm using the Romantum. We've altered the Romantum system to give us multiple confirmations across various time frames here, looking for us to confirm across multiple time frames. And then if we can confirm that that happens, I go over here to the 5-minute time frame. Simple. Wait for us to retest the envelope here. Retest the envelope, put our stop loss above the trend mark or the 200 SMA, one or the other. And all I'm looking for is a 1 to 3 risk to reward. Now, you know, I would have wished I used the trailing stop on this. Maybe put a trailing stop on there and got a 1 and 7. But, you know, for the sake of this demonstration, 1 to 3 risk to reward is all you need. And if it's a My Forex fund, you only need 6 winning trades. Do you think you could pick 6 of these, 6 winners? I know you could, because look, so here, you know, we would get alerts. Yes, in this whole system that I have us in alerts here. So all of these would have been potential trades, potential setups. Here's AUD JPY. Now, this is an example. This is a trade that we took last week. Here we are. And I was just going over this. Some of these yen pairs I did miss. But 1 to 3 risk to reward, boom, right? And what I'm looking for, we have a lot of crosses, a lot of opportunities. This would have worked out great, but you have to be able to pass on trades. Now, if I told you I am going to give you and giving you the map to get from here to the Bahamas, but you can only do 55 miles an hour, 1 to 3, looking for a 1 to 3, retesting the envelope in conjunction with the Romantum cross when it confirms off multiple confirmations using the indicator system that I've created, which clearly you have that. Here is the alert that we do it in the accelerator. I've created a whole new training in there, so people that just replicates exactly how to do this as a map. So here's one. There's one trade. Boom. Would have happened. Retested the envelope. Let's go down the line here. NZD JPY. It's close, but I would have taken this trade. This I would have passed on. It would have been tempting, but we've got a Romantum cross. But now we have a Romantum cross and we break into the envelope here. So what am I going to do? Set my trade here. Stop loss right around the trend mark, at least on the other side of the envelope. And what do we need? We need a 1 to 3. There's a 1 to 3. And by the way, where I got 6 trades are from is we're using a trade manager to automatically set our risk to reward at 0.5% per trade. So I'm only risking a 0.5% to make 1.5%. So these are all alerts using the system this is even just from Friday. So a big part of this, excuse me, is passing on trades. So here we have a lot, we would have gotten some indecision. Now, however, euro yen, let's see if this would have confirmed across multiple time frames here. We would have gotten our multiple time frame confirmation. Boom, there it is. So yes, that would be a yes. Here we go. Now you get the point here. It's 55 miles an hour to get to the Bahamas. There's the 200 SMA. That's what I would use. But you can only go 55 miles an hour, no matter what's going on, no matter how many sharks are circling. You're going to do 1 to 3 risk to reward over and over and over again, only in conjunction if we're getting that retest of the envelope here using the Romantum strategy that's been updated, the same one that we are doing. Here's a break off of the envelope here. Here's a retest. We would get our alert, set our stop loss either above the 200 or the trend mark, whichever one's closer. Look for that 1 to 3 risk to reward. So this is the map. This is how you'd get there. Now, would you want to get there faster? Sure, right? At this point, you're crushing it. You're up 3 trades in a row. I don't know how, I think we've done 3 now. Yep, EJ, NJ, AJ. I didn't even get in Euro NZD. So you would be very, very tempted to crank up the lot size. And why wouldn't you? Of course you would be, because you're crushing it, right? So we want to make sure that we, no matter what, we're just going to become systemized 55 miles an hour to get from here to the Bahamas. Don't pump on the gas, because if you do, you're going to run out of gas too early. You're going to go too big, and you're going to end up floating around out there. And then you will legitimately become shark food. Now here's our cross. Here's our retest of the envelope. We start breaking off the envelope. This is our trade, but you only need 6 of these to hit. You only need 6. So this is going to unravel the mystery of the funding challenge. Euro New Zealand, huge uptrend last week. So this, you could have gotten 2 right out of the gate, probably within 12 hours of each other. So here's another setup. And this system is so automatic if you learn it, that it takes out the mystery of trading altogether, because what you really need is you need a system that you rely on, that you can depend on. Once you know that the system works, then you can actually build trust in it, so you can have a sound trade psychology. You have to learn to be able to walk away from winning trades when you're winning. So here's 1, 2. This, we would have got mixed signals, so we would have exited, so we wouldn't have even entered in the first place. But there's 1, there's 2, here's AJ, there's 3. Unfortunately, didn't get another entry here, but that's fine. There's 3, there's 4. Here's another opportunity right here, right on the envelope. See, you can see we barely retest it. So what I do is I set my alert when it's going against the momentum. And so this is going to tell me, hey, a move's forming. I'm looking for the MACD cross. I'm looking for a break into the envelope here. And then all I need is a 1 to 3. There's a 1 to 3. And so on all these yen pairs, and by the way, be on the lookout this week for a huge move back against on the yen. So, but I do expect for this bearish momentum to continue going into the next weeks, potentially even months. So there's 2 trades, 1.5%, 3%, 4.5% right here, 6% right there, 7.5% right here. And so really we would just need one more trade for it to happen. And what do you know? Aussie, New Zealand, these are all from the alerts that I literally would have taken, that I've set up using the system. And this is exactly how I'm going to be trading this week. There's a 6 pip stop, maybe you'd want to put it on 10, but regardless, There's your 1 to 3 risk to reward. Markets just opened. We just got going. This is the map to get from here to the Bahamas, to the Bahamas being that beach vacation. Maybe it's to pay off some debt. Maybe it's to get funded. Maybe it's to, I just started kiteboarding. And it's an epic sport. I recommend, it's what I've been doing all morning. I recommend anybody give it a try. That's why I've been out in the sun all day, but I'm super pumped up because I had this revelation of referring to this as a map. This is a map. You need 6 trades. You need 6 trades at 0.5%. Maybe you wouldn't use my system of trading, but make sure you can find a system of trading that's as reliable as mine, you know, and where you can systematically do this over time. So, you know, no matter what, you're going to have these opportunities out there, but you have to have the pieces in place in order to make it happen. Markets just open. If you want to use my system, learn it from me live, get access to all my indicators, so you can get from here to the Bahamas, to maybe Tulum, Mexico, wherever it is that you want to go. We just had the markets opening right now. Click the link below. We're going to be doing it all week. I'd love to see you in the group. I'd love to see it happen for you, because more than likely, look, GJ, here's another one. So maybe we're doing an FDMO. Maybe you wanted to do, or maybe you're not doing a funding challenge. You just want to do 10% in a month. You know, you could do it. How do you make it happen? This is exactly how you make that happen. So if you want that to happen for you, you want my help, click the link below. It's not a mystery. If you do the numbers, if you have the right system in place and you have the right mindset, let's make it happen for you this week. This can be the one that is legit a reality. Click the link below. Let's crush it this week, everybody. I appreciate all y'all. I'm so hyped because this unravels the mystery. Here's the map. There you go. And if you want my guidance, if you want me steering the ship for you, well, you have to steer the ship, but I can tell you how to get there along the way. Click the link below. Let's make it happen. Peace.